This is Good Business San Diego, sponsored by Wilsey Asset Management. Hi, I'm Roy Robertson. Welcome to Good Business San Diego, where we present local leaders and talk about the issues that impact you, your family, and your business. And the following portion of Good Business San Diego is sponsored by Coomber Consulting. The Employee Retention Tax Credit, or ERTC, is a refundable credit created by Congress for eligible companies that were affected during the pandemic. Now, employers may qualify to claim up to $21,000 per employee meeting certain criteria, but April 15th is the deadline to file with the IRS. So today, we welcome Skip Coomber, a member of the California State Bar since 1990 and founder of Coomber Consulting, with information on eligibility for this tax credit and how a recent qualify. But Skip, the emphasis is on the deadline. It's coming up April 15th. That's the first thing to keep in mind, right? So
that's correct.
What is the current status and what has changed, and why haven't owners taken advantage of this to date?
So business owners are very busy people, and to keep track of all these things that are out there in the world when they're filling out forms that the state asks them to fill out and things like that, they don't have the time. They were spammed, but so they thought it was slimy. And so many of them didn't do it because A, they didn't know, B, a CPA was afraid of it.
Okay. Yeah.
But what's changed is a Supreme Court case.
And what was the ruling that has changed this?
Well, that's called Loper Bright Enterprises. So basically, the U.S. Supreme Court said that government administrative agencies do not have the right to interpret Congress's language. A judge does that. Okay. So many of the guidelines have changed that the IRS put in.
So business owners have until April 15th. What is the criteria for qualifying? What's the process?
Well, they had to have 500 or fewer full-time employees in 2019. And they either lost money comparing the different quarters of 21 to 2019, or, and this is a big or they were impacted by government orders, their operations. Congress said, we're making you a promise, if you'll keep your employees on payroll, we're going to reimburse you payroll taxes. But if the government gets in the way of you keeping them on, we're going to reimburse you.
Now, at the time this was really in the news a couple of years ago, were there not a lot of fraudulent claims that we were hearing about?
Well, the IRS initially said there were a lot of fraudulent claims. Turned out not to be the case, but it was sort of scammy because there were these big organizations that send out unqualified people to get business owners.
So we also heard a lot about robocalls and some aggressive marketing, and they were really targeting going after these owners. And obviously, it's buyer beware. You got to be very careful about who's unscrupulous in the way they're practicing this, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm a business attorney, tax attorney.
Yes.
And we've represented over 300 employers.
Very nice. So what is the process then if people do want to take advantage of this? And again, there's maybe a wider net of eligibility than what we know. What do we do moving forward?
Both for-profit businesses and nonprofits qualify. They need to reach out on our phone number right away, because we're going to need to collect documents and confirm that you qualify, and then we're going to prepare the IRS forms that you sign and we send into the IRS on your behalf. All that before April 15th. Before
April 15th, less than 2 weeks, but still time to consult with you and get this all dialed in as to what it is that they need to file, right?
My team is geared up and ready to go. And we just hate to think that people are going to miss this opportunity. It truly is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, terrific. Okay, thanks for coming in and talking about it. You saw the QR code on screen. I hope you scanned that. If not, you can go to the website, which is ertc.coomberconsulting.com, ertc.coomberconsulting.com. And the preceding portion of Good Business San Diego is sponsored by Coomber Consulting, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Putting you first on the weekend starts with just being there for you.
It is looking like a gorgeous day.
KUSI News, putting you first on the weekend. Family Feud, tonight at 9 on KUSI.
At Renovation Realty, we specialize in helping clients face